Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the equator. We do apologize for the temperature in the building. I'm not going to pretend to understand it, but the way it's been described to us is that it takes more than one day to change over from heating to cooling. So, okay. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it very much. With no other words, I will simply introduce Mayor Jean Stothert.
Thanks, Carrie, and thank you all for being here today. Good afternoon, Council President Festerson, City Council members, partners, and friends that are in this room. We're glad you are all in this steaming hot room this afternoon, and hopefully this 3-hour speech will not get you too hot today. But across our great and growing city, there are stories of success and growth, solutions to challenges, overcoming hardships, and of course, a lot of fresh starts. With our focus on public safety, lower taxes, employment and business growth, neighborhood revitalization, safe roads, and economic development, each story impacts the future of our city and all of us who live there. It's no wonder Forbes called Omaha, Nebraska the #1 city to move to in 2024 for safety, affordability, and jobs. And we're very proud of that. But we have a lot greater achievements ahead. 2024 was a year of highs and lows, and yes, we are even very proud of our lows. We have lowered our property tax levy to its lowest rate in 15 years. We have a low unemployment rate, a low crime rate, and the lowest number of homicides in 30 years. And our highs, development is at an all-time high, growing each year. We have invested millions of dollars in affordable housing. We are rapidly repairing old and deteriorating streets. We are transforming historic neighborhoods into places of innovation and entrepreneurship while preserving culture and heritage. And we are creating new public facilities and spaces for our youth and our families. I am especially proud that the Omaha Police Department is a leader in innovative policing, emergency response, community partnerships to keep you and your family safe. We have the lowest crime rate in more than a decade, a 17% drop in all crime in 2024 and a 21% drop in violent crime. Every single crime index fell in 2024, and this declining trend continues to our first quarter of 2025. These are just extraordinary results. Our challenge, like so many other cities, is competition for a declining pool of applicants for careers in law enforcement. Chief Schmatter and I remain committed to building our excellent police department back to full strength. We knew we needed a long-term solution, and now we have one. I have offered the Omaha Police Officers Association another pay increase that guarantees that they will always be the highest paid in the state of Nebraska. This will end that constant cycle of catch-up as other Nebraska law enforcement agencies also increase their salaries. We will also make additional changes in the application and the hiring process. The sooner the contract amendment is approved by OPOA and the City Council, the sooner we can start our process to hire more police officers. Once approved, I will have increased police officer pay by $21 million in a 3-year period from 2024 to 2026. This is an unprecedented commitment to our police officers. As we build our nationally certified police department back to its budgeted strength, Chief Schmatter and his command staff have implemented new strategies for officers to take and respond for police reports and monitor and investigate public safety threats. Through each innovation and management, the recruiting challenge has not jeopardized our excellent role or our excellent record of public safety, and we're very proud of that. We are also always looking ahead. The rapid redevelopment in our urban core requires an even greater emphasis on public safety. So we will add a new police precinct, which is our 6th police precinct in downtown Omaha, which will also include a fire station. The City Council recently approved the purchase of land near 180th and Fort to build a new fire station, and that will be our 25th to serve the growing northwest Omaha neighborhoods. Along with continued implementation of our fire apparatus replacement plan, our firefighters will always have the best equipment possible for emergency response and for firefighter safety. Reducing your tax burden has always been my pledge, and I understand the frustration of high Nebraska property taxes. Property tax consumes way too much of every family's budget. Our ability to retain and attract businesses and industry to the metropolitan area is greatly affected by Nebraska's tax structure and competitive standing with neighboring states. I have reduced Omaha's property tax levy since I have been mayor 5 times, nearly 12%. Our levy now is the lowest it's been since 2010. However, every time the county assessor increases the value of your property, your taxes go up. Even with our 5 levy reductions, many taxpayers do not benefit because the valuation increases have been so significant. Through aggressive annexation in suburban areas, we have increased density in our urban core. We are increasing our tax base so we can continue to reduce the levy, and other taxing entities can do the same. The shape of the city of Omaha now is in excellent financial shape. Our bond rating is very high. Our savings accounts are strong. Annual audits show our financial statements accurately reflect the strength of the city of Omaha's finances. We are spending your money, and we do not take that responsibility lightly. This month, we learned that our 8-county metro population just topped 1 million. This is another great selling point to attract young professionals to Omaha and keep them here. So how do we do that? It's good paying jobs, job training, great schools, transit options for all types of commuters, affordable cost of living, entertainment, arts, culture, sports venues, high quality public spaces for leisure, and also a very safe city. Brian and Lee Mueller are here today, and they moved to Omaha from Boston with their young family in 2018. The Muellers are entrepreneurs and small business owners. He has a sales and technology consulting company, and she runs their real estate development company. So why Omaha? Our rankings as a top 10 city for young professionals, top 10 for small businesses, top 10 for tech talent, certainly create and get a lot of headlines. Brian and Lee kept finding Omaha on their own top 10 list. They are particularly drawn to the big city attributes of Omaha's urban core: density, walkability, and momentum. They will start construction this summer on their first new construction project, which is a 38-unit multifamily building just 1 block from the streetcar. They see the streetcar as a sign of Omaha's long-term stability, and it's a city that they want to invest in. When their friends and family still ask why Omaha, they are quick to point out, we are Forbes' #1 city in the country to move to. Brian and Lee are here today. I want to thank you for being great ambassadors for Omaha, and there are greater achievements ahead for your family and your business. Could you both stand so we could recognize you? Thank you for being here today, and thank you for being in Omaha. After the College World Series last summer, I received a message from a Texas Aggie baseball fan who came to Omaha for the first time, and he wrote this to me. It was our first visit to the city, and it exceeded our expectations. Omaha was clean, modern, and packed with amenities that you would expect from a much larger city. We're already planning to come back next year to explore and enjoy everything Omaha has to offer. Omaha is a big city, and big cities do big things. Our new central library at 72nd and Dodge will open in April. In the urban core, we are expanding the CHI Convention Center and Arena to attract bigger conventions and meetings. More people will visit Omaha, and more people will be spending money here. And that's good for our tourism industry, and it's good for our economy. The Baby Bob pedestrian bridge connects the riverfront and Council Bluffs to 10th Street right in front of Charles Schwab Stadium, creating greater access to transit, an expanded trail network, and also for safety for pedestrians and cyclists. Next year, Omaha Performing Arts will open the Tenaska Center for Arts Engagement, joining Steelhouse Omaha and the Orpheum Theater. The Children's Museum will begin construction of its new building on the riverfront. Our beautiful riverfront parks are getting national attention and awards for design excellence in entertainment and activities that make this space a destination. More than 5 million people have visited our riverfront parks so far. The expansion and modernization of Epley Airfield complements our city's growth. The University of Nebraska Medical Center and Creighton University are expanding their urban core campuses. Creighton's partnership and momentum is tremendous, especially its investments in the urban core. This commitment to our city aligns with Creighton's dedication to supporting Omaha's workforce. Nearly 50% of out-of-state Creighton graduates and 80% of in-state graduates stay here in Nebraska to pursue careers or further their education. I cannot be more thrilled with these brain gain and brain retain efforts. Creighton will soon break ground on a 5.5-acre campus grand lawn and an 11-block public greenway along Burt Street. A new baseball and softball complex is under construction that will be open to the community, and it will enhance the College World Series experience for players and fans, helping us to secure the tournament's future here in Omaha. UNMC. At Nebraska Medical Center, the Catalyst building is open, continuing development of the EDGE District, where organizations and entrepreneurs can collaborate with UNMC on economic development and innovation. The design of Project Health continues, a new $2 billion healthcare facility that will serve as a clinical learning center to train the next generation of healthcare providers. And with the help of the city, the new Midtown Medical Center bikeway connection, which connects 2 pedestrian walkways over Saddle Creek and Leavenworth, which will connect the campus to the Field Club Trail and then the Keystone and the Papio Trails. I want to thank Father Hendrickson and Dr. Linder for being here today. Our universities bring new talent to Omaha, and we are confident that our progress will keep them here. Could Dr. Linder and Father Hendrickson stand? Thank you. Now, they're not sitting on both sides of the edge of the line there for a reason. They get along really well. But our great institutions and entertainment venues will be connected by the streetcar, creating, billions of dollars in high-value development, which leads to more jobs, business, and affordable housing. It is the #1 recommendation of the Greater Omaha Chamber's Urban Core Committee and their strategic plan, a guide to intentional development that sets us up for greater achievements ahead. The streetcar's benefits are very clear, and it will be built with no increase in taxes and no new taxes. We track the growth and development by the number of building permits that we issue. And in 2024, of course, we don't have 25's data yet, we issued over 19,000 building permits for a valuation of $1.9 billion. We also track new development in our annual TIF reports. Last year, State Auditor Mike Foley criticized tax increment financing in a public report. Some suggested that we pause our use of TIF, calling for more checks and balances, and suggesting that the city is accumulating debt because of TIF. TIF makes an impactful development possible in areas where private investment would not happen without it. Since 2015, 196 TIF applications have been approved for a total value of $584 million, but it resulted in $4.5 billion worth of new investment, and that's a great return. Why would we pause using TIF and lose the opportunities for projects that benefited from TIF like this? Forever North at 24th and Lake, a $70 million project. Habitat for Humanity's Blue Stem Prairie. 75 North in Kennedy Square in North Omaha. Southside Terrace in South Omaha. The Duo and Beam residential towers downtown. The Ashton in Millworks District. Crossroads, senior housing, affordable housing, industrial developments, even Mutual of Omaha's new headquarters downtown. To assure taxpayers that we use TIF responsibly and appropriately, we hired a national CPA firm to review our program. The review verified our strong systems of checks and balances and a well-vetted process that ensures that only projects that qualify are approved. TIF does not create any debt for the city. It creates development. Our city's infrastructure must match our potential, and safe roads is a fundamental responsibility. I proposed a long-term solution to repair and rehabilitate our streets after decades of underfunding. In 2020, the voters passed a $200 million bond issue to create the Street Preservation Fund to aggressively speed up this critical work and prevent us from getting into the situation again of severely deteriorating roads throughout Omaha. And we are doing it without raising your taxes. By the end of this year, we will have completed about 1,000 additional miles of road resurfacing, brick street replacement, and concrete replacement. That's about the distance from Omaha to Atlanta. So you can see we've done a lot of additional road work. And again, this is rehabilitation. This is not just fixing potholes. This year, we will start with 41 new projects. And thanks to the voters for approving additional funding last November, it was on the ballot again, and we have another $191 million that the voters just approved to continue with this very important program we have. We are catching up with decades of neglect and Band-Aid pothole repairs. Our warm and mostly dry winter, thank goodness, this year really limited our potholes this year, well, until last week's blizzard. And then we shifted very quickly from plowing roads to repairing potholes, extending work hours, and adding Saturday shifts. So if they weren't plowing snow, they were out already fixing potholes. Please, if you see a pothole, please report it to the mayor's hotline. It's 444-5555. I use the hotline too when I see a pothole. And if you have already made a report, I'll just guarantee we're on the way. To further and more quickly address affordable housing, our largest commitment of funds from the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, was to affordable housing and a partnership with Front Porch Investments. Front Porch recently called the city's contribution unprecedented. We committed $20 million. Philanthropic donations provided another $20 million, creating the Development and Preservation Fund. We have awarded $33 million, creating more than 1,500 new affordable housing units just through this program. It has brought new developers to the table, including some developers who previously could not build affordable housing. Our important role is to increase the number of units by making affordable housing affordable for developers to build and increasing availability. We are implementing our Housing and Affordability Action Plan to increase all types of housing, preserve existing affordable housing, and to ensure that all parts of the city have affordable housing. In addition, the city has sold 50 city-owned lots, many for just $1, giving emerging developers an opportunity to build single and multifamily homes that are affordable to them. And we will have more properties for sale in the near future. We review and change codes to reduce costs for builders and encourage density. And the new comprehensive plan, our master plan, is in development now, and it will provide greater availability and affordability. The master plan is required by the city charter and also by state law. It outlines a long-term vision and goals for the development and growth of the city. Our current plan was adopted in 1997, so a lot has changed since then, so it's time that we revise the city's master plan. The new plan will shape Omaha's built environment into a place that welcomes and grows innovation, builds livable, healthy neighborhoods, and also supports a resilient economy. Thousands of citizens have already provided input, and there will be a lot more opportunities to get involved. What could be more intentional than a public process to develop a vision for the next generation? The lack of affordable housing is often one of the reasons that people and family become unsheltered. Each year, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, requires the point-in-time count, which is a census of persons who are homeless. It includes 3 counties. It includes Douglas, Sarpy, and Potawatomi. In the last 11 years, from 2013 to 2024, the point-in-time count has remained stable. showing the homeless population in the 3-county area is less than 1% of our total population. We can cherry pick numbers and debate the data, but the fact is every statistic that we talk about is a person, and that person needs our help. So together, let's help them. I hired Tamara Dwyer, the city's first homeless service coordinator, to coordinate access to agencies and services so that more people can successfully transition from homelessness to safe housing, employment, health care, and other necessities. It is definitely a job that requires expertise and compassion. And Tamara knows what it's like to be homeless. It happened to her as a teenager and a young mother. So when she meets people in the same situation, she really does understand. Tamara and her staff personally respond to calls to the mayor's hotline and the Omaha Police Department about unsheltered people. And that's how she met Robert. He was living on the street in a busy South Omaha intersection. He told police he had been beaten with a sledgehammer. He couldn't walk, and he did not want to go to a shelter. With Tamara's help, Robert now has medical care and mental health care, he has housing, and he has a lot of community support. He lives in the Cottages, Omaha's first tiny home community, and he pays 1/3 of his monthly Social Security for rent. Robert worked as a maintenance technician, but his employer retired and he lost his job. He was in and out of the criminal justice system and eventually moved in with his mother. When she died, he lost his mother and his home. And Robert says on worst days, he asked for an angel, and he got Tamara. Robert, thank you for being here today. Robert's here today. And thank you for sharing your story with us all here today. And there are greater achievements ahead for you. I know there will be. Thank you for being here. In just over 2 years, Tamara and her team have helped 300 individual families connect to the services that they need, 300. A way to address challenges is through innovation and working with strong partners to achieve goals. We now have a strategy to respond to reports of encampments on public property, to help the people there and to clean up the property. We have completed approximately 40 cleanups so far. We also completed the hotel to housing program, helping 79% of the participants to get off the street and into stable housing in just 10 months. We funded the hotel to housing with ARPA money, and we worked with our partners together and Threshold Outreach to achieve these strong results. Tamara and many of our agencies that do street outreach are partners, and they are here today. Could you all please stand and be recognized? Right there. Thank you all so much for the work that you do. And Tamara, I have to point her out because you don't know which one she is. She's right there. Thank you so much for your work. And Kurt, she's so busy, we let her hire an assistant, and Kurt's here. Is Kurt here? He doesn't like to be recognized, but Kurt's here too. Kurt is out on the street. I think both of them know every encampment and every person's name in the city, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I got to tell you this, all of these folks that work in street outreach, that work is very personal to them. It should never be political. So thank you again. We have greater, We have greater achievements ahead to help employers and job seekers. Heartland Workforce Solutions, South Omaha location is now open. Last year, Heartland Workforce Solutions served more than 19,000 people with pre-employment skills, and more than 300 employers to recruit new employees. Our Small and Emerging Business Program reports a 33% increase in the number of city contracts awarded to the small and emerging businesses at a value of over $32 million. We launched the One Biz program to help start and grow small businesses. We created the Inland Port Authority Board to provide oversight for new development, business, and jobs in Northeast Omaha. And we will expand our Way to Work program, a partnership with the Salvation Army to offer job skills and placements for persons experiencing homelessness. And we have greater achievements ahead for youth and family. We will break ground in just 2 weeks for the Multipurpose Athletic and Community Center at Levi Carter Park in Northeast Omaha. The city home-owned and operated facility will have basketball and volleyball courts, outdoor soccer fields, a wrestling room, a weightlifting room, and computer labs, and a community space. The nearby Jerry Parks football complex and Boyd Park baseball fields will be renovated. And we will prepare for constructions at Tranquility Park to create a premier youth multi-sports complex and tournament facility. These are investments in youth and families and will be a great addition to our public spaces and our existing athletic facilities. So we all share a common goal today, to make Omaha a city of opportunity for everyone. And I am proud of the results that we have all achieved together. With our focus on public safety, low taxes, affordability, housing, transit, jobs, development, Omaha offers the quality of life that families and young professionals are looking for. I love working for you, I love working with you, and together we can turn vision into results, empower citizens, and set and exceed all of our goals. We have greater achievements ahead. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Now, we do have a little reception up in my office on the 3rd floor if you're interested. It's like 2 degrees cooler, but that's it. So I get it if you want to go outside, but again, thank you all for being here today. And again, thank you for everything that all of you do. You are the ones that make the city of Omaha great. Thank you.